Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Oriire podcast, the podcast that tells African stories. I'm Halima.
And I'm Ceci, and today we are here with our guest, Antonia, to talk about the Ishi tradition. So basically, just a little primer on what it is before we go full on. In this episode, the Ishi tradition is a marital tradition in the South region of Nigeria, specifically Delta State. And in this tradition, it's forbidden for a woman to cheat on her husband. It's mainly practiced by the Isokos, Urhobos, and Aniomas. And a woman married to a man from any of these places is forbidden to have sexual intercourse with a man who is not her husband. And when she does, there are severe consequences for her and for her family, as it's believed that she will bring a curse upon her household. Well, let's unravel this fascinating tradition with our guest, Antonia. Antonia, welcome. It's great. Thank you for coming. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, thank you for having me once again. My name is Antonia, as you all know, Ngozi from Delta State, Agbo, and I work as a customer relation for a company, and sometimes I'm into music content. I create music content sometimes, and I love music a lot, and as well, I love reading, and I love traveling. That's it.
Very cool. I like that you like music. I'm a big fan of music as well, and reading. So we have some hobbies in common.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, Antonia. So can you tell us a bit more about the Ishi tradition?
Okay, the Ishi tradition is a tradition that forbids women from cheating on their husband if their bride price is duly paid. So those that their bride price is duly paid, if they cheat on their husband, they are going to bring a curse upon the family, which causes the husband or the child to die if the woman fails to confess her infidelity. But that's it about the Ishi tradition. It's actually as a result of the oath that is being taken during the traditional marriage. So it's during the traditional marriage, after the oath is being taken, if the woman ends up cheating on her husband, she'll bring a curse upon the family. It's either she gets sick and die, or the husband gets sick and die, or one of the child or the children gets sick and die if she doesn't confess on time. So, and the only situation when this curse won't affect the husband is when the husband doesn't know about a wife's infidelity. So, but if he knows about the infidelity, if he knows that his wife is cheating and decides to cover up for her and continues eating her food, definitely he will be affected. So he will be struck with swollen belly, swollen leg before he dies. So that's it about the Ishi. So when the woman confesses an infidelity, they will have to perform a ritual that will avert the curse. So when the ritual is being performed, then it won't affect the family. And also this curse doesn't affect those that their bride price is not being paid. That is those that are not married traditionally. So if your bride price is not being paid, it won't affect you. Those that marry non-indigenous, like if you are from Delta State and you marry from Delta State, it's going to affect you. But if you are a Delta woman and you married outside Delta State, like a non-indigenous, it's not going to affect you. Even if you cheat on your husband, it's not going to affect you. But once you get married to a man from your tribe, it will definitely affect you. So the easiest way to avert the curse is unless you return your bride price. That is the easiest way without going through any rituals. But in some cases, you just have to go through, if you can't return the bride price, you just have to go through the rituals. So they will have to perform the rituals for you before the curse can be averted. So that's it about the Ishi tradition.
That is so interesting. So women from Delta, I encourage you all to marry outside your outside your
So that's why most women from Delta State, they prefer marrying non-indigenous. They'll go
yes,
and marry
that's the
outside
best. Yeah.
because they don't want
I'm very
trouble. They don't want
confused.
wahala.
Why is this thing so selective? So it's
I
so
really,
it's so
I really,
selective.
well, I really don't know because it's actually so unfair. Because I don't know why um a man can go around sleeping with a lot of women, and you as a woman, they will place a curse on you that when you cheat on your husband, you will bring curse to your family. Why is the tradition not involving the men too? Like, okay, if a man sleeps with another woman, this is what will happen. Because I believe that nothing even happens to men that she sleeps with. It is said that nothing happens to the men that she sleeps with. It's only her and the family. That's if the husband even knows about it and decides to cover up for her. So it will affect the family. But the men that he sleeps with, it won't affect them. But the only thing that the men that she sleeps with can do is that they can contribute to her ritual rites, maybe by buying her clothes or buying her stuff that they need to use for the rituals. So that's if the man is reachable. But if the man is not reachable, maybe has run away or he has relocated or something, and they can't reach him, she will carry her cross by herself. So she have to pay for the rituals to be done, and everything will just to avert the cost from our family. And even if she decides to run away, because some people, they feel, oh, if they've done it, let them just run away from the village, thinking that the curse will not reach them. So it is said that even if they decide to run away, the curse will still follow them. They will be barren. If they decide to move on with another man, they will be barren until she returns the bride price or she goes home and perform the ritual rites. The curse will still be applicable to her. It's either she gets sick until she die mysteriously. So that's what is being said about it. Unless she confesses. If she doesn't confess, some more people in her family will die. One of them is either her husband or her children.
Think that this curse thing, first of all, these things conveniently never affect the men, or at least
Yeah.
when the men do the same thing. But second, one point of interest for me is that why is it that the woman herself, who is alleged to have cheated, is not the one punished, but they are killing her children? The curse is killing her children, and the husband is swelling up.
I guess that's how the tradition is, because if the woman is doing the stuff and she doesn't confess early, maybe she's just keeping it like, nobody will know. So the children start getting sick. Even to her, it might not even occur to her that, okay, this is what she has done, or that is making her child get sick or something. But at some point, the sickness in the family, maybe one of the children starts getting sick. So if she doesn't confess, or, oh, this is what she has done, maybe after being probed, and she doesn't confess to the sin that, oh, I did this, that's the reason why this is happening. Because most times, even if the child or any of the family member is sick, you might not know the causes. You might just think it's a natural sickness, unless you test a label. Sorry for using that word. Unless you go and know what is happening. So most times, maybe if the first child has died, you will now, what is happening? So this might signal to the family member to go and unravel the truth, to know what is happening. Or maybe after some consultation, they might like, this woman did something. She should remember, she should start saying what she did. And if she still continues holding it in, that no, I don't want to talk. I don't want everybody to know that this is what I did. That's how the sickness will move from her child to her husband. Her husband will start getting sick, and he will start swelling before he dies. She might be the one. She might even be the last person to die. So it's just, I don't know. It's just based on how the gods decide to punish them. So it might be her first. It might be the husband. It might be the children.
Oh, wow,
But
this is
once she
really
confesses that this is what she has done, they have to quickly do the rituals, the right things that needs to be done so that they can avert the curse from the family.
Wow, this is really interesting, and I agree with you. It sounds very unfair, especially for the women and then the poor kids
Yeah,
that did not know anything and then they're dying because their mommy went to sleep with somebody.
I tell you. I tell
Um,
you.
do you know if this tradition has like evolved? Is it something that we still practice in like modern day Delta states, or has it like
Not,
evolved into something else?
I don't think they still practice this tradition because from the source I heard, they said they don't practice such anymore because most of the Deltan women say are not even getting married to the Deltan men again. Like they just go outside and marry before you know everybody don't come off the village again. So so they don't practice it anymore. No one wants to. And what kind of tradition is that? That tradition is unjust and ridiculous.
Wait,
It's
about that
so unjust.
tradition, I have a question. So is it like an opt-in situation? Like when you are getting married now, you say, okay, these are the terms and conditions. You say I accept the terms and conditions, and you enter that marriage. So
You
you
know,
have the option to opt in, or is it just automatic that like, look, if you are from Delta and you marry a Delta man, automatically like this, the tradition applies to
no,
you, or you've done something to say yes, I accept.
no. I don't think it's automatic because they say that you have to take an oath. So it's the result of that oath that you take. Okay, maybe in some family, maybe they want to get married to a woman. The husband family may like, the wife must take an oath though. If she doesn't take an oath, they won't marry from the family again. Blah blah blah, stuff like that. You know, you have to. Okay, let me do what you. And you in your mind, you'll be like, actually, when I get to my husband's house, I will not. But you don't know, temptation might come, and you might do and undo.
Wait,
You
wait,
get.
I really love the progressiveness. I like how progressive you are, Antonia, and how honest you are. That's true, Sha.
believe
That's very
that the
true.
husband's family will say you should take that oath. Because why would they want to put their son at risk? You don't know this girl. I mean, okay, you know her, you're accepting her into the family. But what if she now cheats on your son? Is there any guarantee against
I
that?
think that
So you're not risking her life, it's your son's life you are
no,
risking.
I think it's a way to cage women. Like when you think about it, it's just a way to like keep her like maybe I
They're
don't want to say
putting her at
trapped.
bay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's just a
absolutely
way to have power
agree.
over her. Yeah, like
Yes, but if they actually believe this is true, I mean, the only way that I think is a way to have power over her is if you don't really believe it's true and you just want to scare her into behaving herself. But if you really think that if this woman cheats on your son will die, and you still say that she should swear an oath that yes, if I cheat on your
No,
son will die, do you even care
no,
about the boy at all?
the thing is, I really don't know how they do it in the olden days. But some family have coconut there. They'll feel they have to say do it so that at least the woman will know. The thing is, since like I said earlier, if the son knows about it and continues covering up for her, eating her food. Which husband will know that, okay, they've taken this particular oath, and you as a wife, you start cheating and you will decide to cover it up for you. It's only if he doesn't know about it. If he doesn't know about it, nothing will happen. Like your wife is cheating and you don't know at all. You don't know this is what your wife is doing. It won't affect you. But you as a husband, you know that this is what your wife is doing. And you know that you guys have taken a note. Your tradition demands that, okay, you should take a note. I don't know if most parents initiate such oath, because even if it's my own child, I would not agree for her to take such a note. You get. But as far as you as a husband, you know about it, just know that you yourself, you are putting your own life at risk. So it's better for you to just speak out. This is what your wife is doing, people come and help me, what those stuff like that. So I believe you would risk your own life. So that's just how the tradition plays. But I really cannot say that the families initiate stuff like that. Maybe the community, maybe it's like it's a must, or it's something that you must do as long as you are from this tribe and you are getting married. So I believe it's performed in the olden days, because according to where I got my source from, she said they don't do such again. Like they've cancelled it, but some other tribes in Delta State still practice stuffs like that, but which I'm not totally sure of. So, but I know of my own hometown. So, because the person that told me has actually witnessed it. So she told me that they don't practice such anymore in my hometown.
Oh wow, this is really, really insightful information. And I'm not sure if you know the answer to this, so feel free to not respond to it. But apparently there's some places in like Eastern Nigeria that practice similar traditions to this Ishi tradition. Do you know about them?
No, I don't have any information about that. I don't know about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have
Questions.
a very interesting perspective on this, and I'm looking at it from like a psychological thriller angle. I feel like this is one of those movies, like one of those movies where they are gaslighting somebody and the person is going insane.
Yes, now.
Like, the person doesn't realize. So I feel like it's just if someone did not cheat now and her children are falling sick, her husband is sick, then they will gaslight her into believing that she should confess to something she didn't do because the only reason they are sick is obviously because you must have done it, even if she didn't do it. And if the husband is sick and he knows his wife didn't cheat, he will not start believing that she must have done it somehow. And he must know
Uh,
about it. And that's why he's sick.
yes. Like I said, some sickness might come naturally. You know, there's some sickness that you just feel, no, this is getting way out of hand. You know, you go to the hospital, they tell you it's not hospital related, or they'll just tell you go to the village or go and do consultation. You know, it is through consultation that you know, okay, this is what is happening. Because there are some sickness that just comes naturally. You just feel it's malaria. It's just something you can cure with drugs, or just go to the hospital, not knowing that something has happened. And the wife is just keeping it, doesn't want the family to know. You get. So, like I said, most of these okay, let me give you an instance. Like there's an event that my mom told me that happened in the village. This particular thing, the wife was actually cheating. So the husband was sick. He was having swollen belly and everything. Or that, even that swollen belly and swollen leg alone is enough for the family to say, okay, this woman is cheating. You get. So they've been treating him. He wasn't getting any better. So they were like, let's go and consult, you know, the native doctor. You know, village is always native. So they had to consult, and that's when they found out that this woman is cheating. And I think the husband knows about it. It's not even that I think. They said the husband knows about it, but you know, there are some women that they have control over their husband. That even if their husband know what they are doing, they won't have to see. They can't see anything or do anything because their wife has overpowered them. Like she's the man of the house. So like she has been going out doing all sort of things, but her husband knows about it, but can't see anything. Maybe it's because she has used something on him. I don't know. So, but according to what I heard, that was what they said happened. They had to do some rituals before her husband became normal again. So that was what I heard from someone that witnessed it.
Wow, this is a very interesting tradition.
Phenomenon.
And I just want to add that while I do not support this tradition, why like a person, I imagine that part of the oath of getting married, only if they have an open marriage, right, is that they've agreed to be monogamous and like exclusive with each other. So the woman, so why is she going to cheat? Like, what is she looking for outside?
That's why I said, you know,
Because
temptation.
there's
Sometimes
nothing.
maybe when you got married, maybe it was due to, maybe you were still very like I said, it's an
Mhm.
old tradition. Maybe when you got married, you were just still young and still naive. Okay, maybe we got married, and when you enter the marriage, you see that things are not going as planned. Your husband does not have money, blah blah blah, and temptation like that to just go and do and undo. Maybe forgetting that you've even taken, or you just feel, oh, maybe it's just a note, nothing will happen. You know, there are some people that are just ignorant and just feel nothing will happen. Maybe they have other stuff that can back them up, so they can do and undo. So I just feel temptation can arise, and what you are even expecting in a marriage is not what it is. and you just start doing anyhow. And
I really, really
then
love how progressive we
you
all
bring
are. I was
Enjoying this
supporting the
talk
woman,
so much.
but then I also want to say that maybe she can always divorce the husband, just leave. Like,
My mind has
like
gone to
it's not
so
that
many
deep.
different places. Me, I think it's that deep. Oh. Now I have two scenarios in my head. The first scenario is a woman like fixates on a man. This is a wicked
Mhm.
man, like, and he's disturbing everybody in the village.
That's
He's
true.
a
That's another
promiscuous
thing.
man. She's like, okay, I'm going to marry him, but don't have any children. She's going to marry him on purpose and cheat on him on purpose and make sure he knows so that he can suffer. That's
No, but I feel like it is said that if you've cheated and you feel you are no longer interested in the marriage, you just have to return your bride price. Just tell them you are not getting married again. Or maybe you go and perform some ritual, just stop the whole thing. Instead of just cheating, instead of you taking a note and cheat and then continue to stay in that marriage.
Exactly.
Just
It just feels like
divorce.
nobody is winning at the end of the day.
Leave
Yeah.
leave the marriage.
Yeah,
No, return the bride price. Since the
exactly.
tradition says if you know you are going to cheat and you know you don't want to bring curse upon your family, return the bride price. Go and marry from another individual and get out. So
Exactly.
I feel I don't support it as well because I don't know why you bring a curse upon yourself and you know this is your tradition. So why would you go and put hand in the fire? Why would you go and do that? If you know you are going to cheat, okay, you feel it's like this man is not even giving me what I'm not enjoying this marriage again. And I've taken an oath that this thing will bring curse upon my family. And you know that this thing will really happen due to the tradition. Why not just get out of the marriage and save your children and save your even if you don't love the husband again, at least still save yourself. I'm gonna marry
Mhm.
from another tribe. But I believe most women are wiser now. Like I said, it's an old tradition, olden day stuff. So
Mhm.
the women are wiser now. Instead of them to marry from even then, my mom told me that even then, women are still running away from indigens. Like they marry outside the tradition, they marry outside the tribe. Um, I guess it's just some people and their own and their own ways. So I will not see fire and put my hand in it. If I'm going to, so I'll not see fire and put my hand in it. So
Yeah,
that's
I have an auntie. She's from Isoko. Well, no, she's not from Isoko. She's from Delta State, but she's Isoko. I
Delta.
think that's the correct way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. So I see why most of them typically marry out.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a very, very insightful episode. Thank you so much for coming, Antonia. Do you want to shout out your social media handle? Like where can people find you if they want to connect with you?
Okay, you can find me on Atonia.
No, okay.
okay. That's Artonia. So Artonia on Instagram.
That's my yes, that's my Instagram page. Atonia.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Thank you very much for coming and thank you very much for speaking to us. I've actually had a lot of fun having this conversation and this has been very, very interesting. The Ishi tradition in Delta State. You guys should go and read up on it. And also, you can find Artonia on Instagram. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and tell your friends. To stay updated, you can also follow us on social media. On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, we are Oriire_Africa. On TikTok, we are Oriire Africa, and on YouTube, we are Oriire. Remember, Oriire is spelled ORIIRE.
You can also find us on our website, which is orire.com. Again, Oriire is spelled ORIIRE. And on our website, we have articles about African mythology, history, and food. Contact you guys. Let me do this again. You can also find us on our website, which is orire.com, where we have articles about African mythology, history, and food. Contact us via our website or on our social media platforms if you'd like to come on the podcast. We'd love to have you. If you want to support us, you can do so by subscribing to our Patreon. And our Patreon website is patreon.com/Orire Africa. Again, let me do this again.
Yes, I think we have to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Do you
right.
want to
So,
start part one? Okay.
yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and tell your friends. To stay updated, you can also follow us on social media. On Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, we are Oriire_Africa. On TikTok, we are Oriire Africa. And on YouTube, we are Oriire. Oriire is spelled Oriire.
You can also find us on our website, which is oriire.com, where we have articles about African mythology, history, and food. Contact us via our website or social media if you'd like to come on the podcast. We'd definitely love to have you. If you want to support us, you can do so by subscribing to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/OriireAfrica. And all of this will be listed in our description box below. Thank you.
Thank you.